had a bad U adapter that
It's
did not
weird.
want to
Like,
complicate.
there's no way to have known that it would have been me if you listened to the evidence. Like, the evidence said it wasn't, but the evidence was clearly wrong.
And the thing is, as soon as I switched over to a second laptop with the Ethernet cable plugged in, I was like, it's not me. It's got to be you. It's got to be you.
And it's weird because on the recording, like, we made a test recording, folks,
Yeah.
and his voice sounded bad. So you would think, okay, that's fine. But it ended up being something on my end was interfering with his end in a weird, bizarre time tunnel kind of wormhole sort of
Doctor Who strange thing happening.
bad language all over the place. I'm still feeling some bad language, so I'm going to try to be real good for you folks because I'm kind of a little annoyed with the whole way
I'm annoyed
went.
too because like that's a whole hour we wasted.
Yeah.
That we could have been talking, but it's fine. We're going to give you guys 2 shows.
We're calming
this week.
down.
We're going to give you one on Tuesday and one on Friday of this week. So Tuesday and Friday of this week, we will be back. So mass media manipulation will be on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, maybe we'll do something dope, something King Tut related back behind me, or the Navitians.
That is a big thing. There's an anniversary of the King Tut discovery this week, if I remember correctly. So that'd be good timing.
So we'll do that. So you guys are going to give you guys 2 shows this week, 2 for the price of 1, and this little administrative update. So from here going forward, we will no longer be on the Speaker platform. We're actually no longer on there now. I canceled our subscription, and I also removed all of our episodes. There's no episodes there. If you go there, it's defunct. I thought about deleting the account, but I might leave it up for a little while.
Because you never know. It might come in handy later. That's why I keep mine around. I don't pay for it. I have the freebie, but it might come in handy, so I keep it open.
Also, episodes are being uploaded to Anchor as we speak, and then via Anchor, we'll go to Spotify. So we are on Spotify. That wasn't very hard to do since Spotify bought Anchor, so that was perfect. They basically
Deadpool, our loyal listener Deadpool, has noticed that our Spotify is not currently active at the moment. That's because everything's
no, it's active. Tell me he has to search it again. Let him know.
I did do that earlier and I didn't find it, but maybe it was just coming up funny. But if somebody has any difficulty, it'll get worked out within like the next few days, I'm sure.
It actually should be up now. Like if you get off of here and search it again, it's there. I searched it.
It could have just been the time of day. Could have been the time of day I did that because I looked earlier today just to see if it was.
It should be there because all of our old episodes are up there. It was up to like 55. They're all there. So somehow it uploaded to Spotify, and still, when it disconnected from Spreaker, it didn't mess anything up. So the first 55 episodes were there, and now we're up to 104 or 5. I think Bobby Spags, the Doomsday Prep episode is the last one I put up. Maybe Amy Boo. It's up there. I know it's up there. So those should be up by the week. And then the arduous process of uploading all the old ones to YouTube then begins. And that is a whole different animal because it has to be converted to MP4s. It has to have the video section added to it, which is legit because under that. But what I'll do is when I'm doing that, I'm also going to cut and put up mini episodes for you guys. So you guys have mini episodes to listen to. Those seem to do really well. Egyptian Red Mercury and Ancient Red Mercury hit like 120 some odd views, which was fantastic. 84 views. So we're just going to keep climbing. Tell your friends, tell your family. There's probably nobody that's going to watch this right now, which is fine. You probably thought at 10 o'clock we're going to be there. We weren't. That's our apologies. That's our mistake. We'll fix that. That will not happen again in the future.
If you're subscribed, then you would have known now that we're on now. So make sure that you are like, share, and subscribe as the mantra goes.
As the mantra goes, indeed. So, and once again, it was nobody's fault. It was a bad cable, which like that happens.
Again, there was like, it doesn't make any sense that it would affect him on my end that way. Like, I don't get it. But,
as soon as he plugged it in and it worked, I was
like,
that's exactly what was happening.
That's technology for you. So that's the internet.
That's the intranet.
That makes me really grouchy because this even feels heavy duty and the other one just feels like plastic.
But it's the other one that works.
Yeah.
So you should buy another one, actually, just in case.
Yeah. Well, I might have another one of these ones, a new one. So if this one was bad, I might have another one, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If not, I'll just try to get one of the originals.
Either way, at least we figured out the issue.
This time.
Yeah, we even had issues on Spreaker before. So.
Yeah.
But, so that's what's going on. Everything is moving in unison. I got presentations lined up for next year that I'll be doing. Nothing right now because it's wintertime and we don't live in the summer places. So there's not a lot of those. But if there is one that comes up in the wintertime, please believe I will be there. You guys can come through and check it out.
In the meantime, while you're watching this content here, make sure you're also watching our other content. Make sure you're watching this Uncanny Gaming. Still doing streaming pretty much daily, right? For the most part.
Haven't been lately.
What's your new schedule?
So due to a death in the family, I have not been.
That's right.
And there was like 2 weeks where I was presenting, so I just did not have time. I'm gonna jump back into it. It'll probably be Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And then Saturdays and Sundays. So once I get the logistics figured out behind that, I took a little break. I got kind of burned out, so I had to like dial it back a bit. And then the Uncanny Spirits Club, which we will be doing. We got a little idea for something that I think
it's going to be a big episode. It's going to involve a kitchen, specifically his kitchen, because his kitchen is bigger than mine.
It's true.
And we're going to do some cooking. Not a lot of cooking live on air.
We don't even really do that, honestly.
We're gonna have some prepared things.
We could just get it as takeout.
Some of it. Well, actually, you know what? That would be the most authentic for the one half of it. The one half of it, we would definitely have to just go to some places and pick some stuff up.
Yes.
The other one, I'll probably make some stuff here at home and bring them in because I have recipes. Because that'll be kind of important because that's how they do it. They cook the stuff. But
there's a bar not even like 10 minutes from my house.
And now people are wanting bars, food. That's the only hint you're getting. It's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to eat a lot of food, I think, and we're not going to be hungry for a week.
And we can actually do it there, believe it or not.
Maybe. Who knows? It could be an entire adventure. It could be like a multi, whatever. But so big things happening there. More tastings on the way. Funds are very low this couple of weeks for me, so I won't have anything new for the next couple of weeks, at risk of overdrafting my bank account once again. So nothing new for the next 2 weeks, but we will have something more coming up after that, and we're going to plan the big shindig, the big extravaganza after that, probably after the holidays are over.
Yeah, probably.
Because from here on out, it's just going to be, there's a lot of busy stuff, and we're probably both going to be, because you're going to have busy stuff going on at your new work and things as well. So that kind of stuff's going to happen. So, but keep an eye on that. We got the Spirits Club, we got the gaming, we got the main show, and who knows, we might have other stuff coming up, because I've had some ideas. I just haven't thought about the details yet. But we've got some things kind of on the sidelines that we're kind of working out, and you may see some surprises show up between now and the end of the year. If not, beginning of next year.
Documentary still scheduled to go on as planned. That's probably going to be a New Year thing. I don't know. I might start on it now. It just depends. It depends. Now that we're not on Spreaker and everything has to be re-uploaded to everything else, I got to do a lot of uploading, and that takes a lot of time. The Anchor uploading isn't anything. That's simple. Like I can do that in my sleep. That's a quick 5 minutes, if that, of uploading each show, and then that'll get easier once it drops down to that 1 hour format from 200 on. So check that out. Also, trying to think. I got a couple ideas for the YouTube channel that we're going to be working on. We're just going to throw a bunch of content out there so that when it takes off, because it'll eventually take off the amount of content that we already have up there. Once that content takes off, we should be good to go. And then from there, to really just be a matter of picking up in the algorithm. So make sure you are 100% subscribed, following, liking, commenting, liking, talking about your comments.
When you get to a certain level of subscription, people, I think you can start doing they have a Patreon-esque kind of subscription model thing where you can get extra things.
Yeah.
And if it gets to that point where we're able to have access to that, we may convert the Patreon over to the main thing, so you can have an all-in-one resource for everything.
Yeah.
And you'll get behind-the-scenes videos. You'll get, because we have a lot of behind-the-scenes, just us being stupid.
So much behind-the-scenes nonsense.
We're gonna have the After Dark stuff coming up, even though some other people have pounced on that particular title. We are gonna still do ours, which we're gonna do first.
Yeah, whatever. But they're dealing with truckers after dark, so we're not
But
dealing with
anyway,
truckers. That's
it
what I'm
was a
saying.
good
The
idea,
truckers can't
obviously,
listen to
which
the
is
show.
why they stole it. So,
100%.
But anyway, we're gonna have that coming out once we get a chance, and that'll be for subscribers.
Yes.
It'll be specifically for people who give the extra bit, because if you really want to hear us be slightly offensive, not on purpose, but just by chance, then you'll want to pay for it, because that way you've already paid your money.
Yes. And yes, you're paying us to be offensive.
The facts you get for free, the opinions you get, you have to pay for.
Yeah. $8. $8.
Just like that. We'll do that.
$8.
Everybody will be in on it. But
Elon Musk.
So yeah, there is a lot of things going on. We have a lot of work happening, and you're going to see a lot of things added to the channel in the next several months. So definitely keep checking back and subscribe. That is the most vital part, because even if you don't listen to every episode, or if you don't get a chance to watch every episode, the listener and watch numbers will increase on their own, because the more subscribers we have, the more will show up just randomly throughout YouTube.
Right.
On like just the latest videos. Here's this,
and we'll work with AdSense and everything else to push the algorithm even further. So I got somebody else I can put on that. So
definitely subscribe. It's very, very, very important.
It's not like Spreaker where we get paid for your subscriptions. We will not get any monetary. We wouldn't. That's why Spreaker had to go. It wasn't doing anything for us. It wasn't really putting us out there. Nobody was jumping to Spreaker to find us. We had to jump to Spreaker. We had to put Spreaker out there for them to find us. But this is a better cost-effective model for us not really until anything. The video is really the way to go forward because of what we do. And we'll be bringing up articles. I know how to do the share screen. I can teach my co-host how to do it. If he doesn't know how to do it, it's really simple. And then because it's a lot like OBS. It's a lot like Lightstream. It's all easy. Like once you know how to do one thing, you can pretty much rock everything else. So that'll be coming up because we kind of want to offset the cost of StreamYard, because StreamYard is coming out of our uncanny paychecks.
Yes. Whereas he paid for Spreaker before, I pay for StreamYard every month. It's not particularly expensive, but little things are the things that add up. It's a little cost here this monthly, a little cost there this monthly. So,
and we'll be setting up donations too. So like if you don't want to do a Patreon-esque thing, but you'd still like to donate $5-10 a month or $5-10 like one show, we'll set that up so you guys can do that. And
we might set up something through the Buy Me a Coffee thing that they have, which is basically set up for small dollar amounts where you're just like, hey, I just want to give a couple bucks. It's not as elaborate as Patreon. It's designed for small things like that. So if you're just like, you know what, I got a few bucks here, I'm going to give those uncanny guys a couple of bucks. They can buy themselves a drink. They can buy themselves some ad space somewhere. They can do, whatever. So yeah, we're going to set something like that up. I've been looking at a few things too. I haven't talked to Rob here about it too much, and I'm sure you probably looked at a couple things too. We just haven't met in the middle about any of it.
And once we get so many, we might not even need StreamYard anymore. We might be able just to use YouTube because they're a live video function.
Yeah. So because once you get big enough, then they allow you to just go straight live. So, so just keep an eye on it. And if you feel like helping or anything like that, we do have the PayPal address you can send things to. Not that we're begging or anything like that. We will never.
This isn't a pledge drive yet.
Donation drive, guys. Pay for our festivals that we're never going to put on.
You'll get this $52 tote bag.
A $13,000 banner you can hang at the festival that we get to keep, that you just get to say that you paid for.
See what they should have did if you're going to spend that much, they should have done is all the artists for the festival sign it. They cut it up and then they send out pieces of it to everybody who donated that money. So you get a piece and then you could frame it. And then once you frame it. Yeah, but no. Some of you goofballs didn't want to do that, and that's why.
And it was never going to happen. Like the whole thing was never going to get finished. Something was going to happen. And
the thing is, like, and this is the thing. Every time that we've dealt with with certain people, and there's people who have passed on that I won't speak ill of because I'm not going to do that. However, there has been at least 3 or 4 people that name off the top of my head that would have enjoyed a massive amount of success had they just stuck with the plan. If they would just have stuck
Partnership.
with the plan, not
Partnership.
gotten paranoid, not gotten all worried and got all offended on the internet. If you just would have stuck with the process, we would not be sitting here, just the two of us. We would have a whole group of people. However, that just means that our success is dependent on the two of us. So this way, our profit sharing is between the two of us. This way, our success is measured by the two of us and not 5 or 6 people. That's not to say we might not bring some people on once everything gets settled. Once we really get into this stuff, we'll probably hire a video editor because I would like to get somebody to edit the videos so that I don't have to do it. And yes, they would be paid. We would definitely, because we're not going to be like other people and not pay you. You know, this isn't a free gig, and we understand that wholeheartedly. So if you're editing our videos, we're definitely going to kick you down some money for editing the videos. That's only right.
And my idea of the well, we've talked about having the network for the longest time. I still think that's a great chance of success. So I still would love to have multiple shows that aren't always just the two of us always yabbering at people. Sometimes we'll guest star on other people's shows, but I would love to have some other people who are maybe some loyal listeners or anybody who wants to jump in and be like, hey, I want to do a show. I want to talk about this. It's something that's like, it's in the scene. It's something that's like big. I want to talk about ghosts or this or that or whatever. And if we get to the point where we can do a profit sharing thing, you are in on it.
Yeah.
Everybody benefits.
It would be split evenly too. So I understand that. Like we're not out to rob or take anybody's money, you know, especially now that we're moving. But I like it when you guys yammer at me. Famous indeed. I like that little thing. But the thing is, like, once we get to where we're getting to, I think that'll be. It's getting there. We have both been a little bit slackadaisical on it, but Spreaker wasn't a platform we could go above and beyond with. YouTube is, and I can screen share this stuff now, so I can pull articles up. We can really go down by the book, and who knows? You might see us extend the show back to 2 hours again. Maybe,
could be,
maybe. We could go back to 2 hours because we could take all those old episodes that we did and recover them with documented footage and document, because you're allowed to use videos if you talk over them, provided you have a commentary. 3 hours is a bit much. 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours. I used to do a 3-hour show on the old radio show before we started this, and it was fun. But man, at the end of 3 hours, you're getting kind of like,
I stream
even if it's a good show, but man,
yeah. I stream for 3 hours sometimes.
It'll wear you out. I can't talk for that long anymore.
I did a 3-hour show with him. The show he's talking about, I was on a couple of those episodes, and boy, I was tired.
Yeah.
Because that was Pacific Standard Time. So that was like 11 o'clock at night to like 2 in the morning. Yeah, it was 2 in the morning. Because it was like, what, 8?
Yeah.
That's like 8.
Yeah, because they're 3 hours behind.
Luckily, that show went defunct because people don't know how to do anything right, don't know how to run anything. But once again, we're the villains.
It's still rebranding.
Still rebranding. But yeah, Deadpool, maybe like a holiday episode, because we did have a couple holiday episodes where we did a 3-hour thing. But that's because we had more than one person talking. We had like a round table of people. So it was a lot easier then to do that. But just the two of us, 3 hours, that's too much.
Yeah, it's a lot. So, but you never know. We'll run things through after this year finishes up and the holidays are over. Next year's a fresh year. Everything's brand new. We got a lot of ideas, a lot of things coming up, and we'll have more time because I'll have more vacation time available on my end. So I should be able to do some more trips. We can do some more combined trips places, because that kind of bit us last year too. Like I ran out of vacation time last year because and
I had to do all the things myself. I had to do the trips myself.
But I couldn't go to anything. Like, it doesn't bother me none. The one that I was going to go to ended up getting canceled.
Got straight up canceled. They were like, "Yeah, it's canceled." I was so mad about that.
I was going to be there, and it was like, "Oh, Spider's going to be there. Let's cancel." We don't
Yeah, they
want
straight
him there.
canceled on us. I get and like when I had talked to the people about it, they double booked it. Somebody double booked it, made a mistake. The last one I went to, there was some egos involved. Not on that end. They were cool. Bob and all them are good people, so I'll be working with them again this year in 2023. But I guess there was something they knew that event was going on, so they had an event the same day in another place, and everybody went out there, and it was a really messy event. There wasn't a lot of people that they were hoping. Regardless of that, because of that event is why we had Poster Smash and Poster Smashed author and illustrator on 2 weeks ago. So even though, yes, it wasn't a gigantic event, we met two people that have been on the show. And I've been going through re-uploading episodes. We've had a lot of guests. We've had a significant amount of guests.
Yep.
And even some that weren't even in the field we were talking about. They were just people that we knew to help them put them on. You know what I mean? And the funny thing about it is we don't even talk to those people anymore. Which in itself, I get, it's life. You know what I mean? Some guests, they're here and they're gone. But, you know, I like having guests. It gives a little bit more just conversation. The only thing I don't care for is if we have a guest that just doesn't talk. And we've yet to really have that, where we've had to annoyingly pull it out of somebody. They gravitate to us. People gravitate to us for the good conversations that we have with them. So we're going to have more guests. I'd like to get back into the Sister Century house, and I think we're going to do that too. I'm going to talk to Ashley and see because she said to get a hold of her. So I think I'm going to get a hold of her at some point. We can go out there and do like a event from there, even in that basement, just be chilling, post it up, waiting for the ghosty ghosts. I'm not going anywhere. I'm like a roach. You can't get rid of me that easy. We don't plan on it. We don't plan on it.
And I will also finally be doing very soon, probably again after the first of the year, I'll be doing interviews for the Uncanny Spirits Club with distillers and brewers and other people in the spirits industry, if you're interested in that kind of thing. My first port of call will be at Missing Falls Brewery in Akron, just a little bit north of me. I've had some of their brews before. They're very good. And I'm looking forward to having a good conversation with those guys once I get in touch with them. So we'll be doing that as well. Rob may or may not be along on some of those trips, depending on how the timing works out. We're going to try to both go to that kind of stuff because it's something we're both interested in. But otherwise, you'll see me going to a couple of places. And I would like to go down to try the Kentucky Bourbon Trail this coming year. But that's a lot of time and a lot of expense, and we'll have to see. But
don't forget about the Ignite Brewery in Barberton. That's real close to me.
Yep.
10 minutes.
Yep. So that'll be on the list. Like the first few will be local things, and the other things will be possibly farther away if we can coordinate both sides. Because we've got the other trips we have to do. The Uncanny Earth trips are the most important.
Those are
followed by whatever else sidewise we can fit in there. So, but I might also do interviews via StreamYard like this. I'll try to do a lot like this so we don't have to go as many places. It's just nice to go places and taste things in person so they can see your reaction in person to something that they've made. It's always good for a creator to see that you're enjoying their product.
And with everything going back to normal, with masking and stuff, like today I went to the hospital and they didn't require masks anymore. So that's the hospital. So the world's kind of going back to a bit of normalcy, which is kind of nice. You know what I mean? Like it's a nice little event. But yo, man, I have not seen you in an age and a half, Lee. What's up? It's been a long time. That's crazy. How you been, Lee?
Lee was one of our early guests in what was it, like one of the first seasons we had, or was it the first, wasn't it? During the first year?
Because I think I just uploaded his episode the other day, actually. Like yesterday, I uploaded the episode we did with him. We've done like a couple episodes with him. Like I think he was on the Christmas episode.
You're right.
We might have to get him back on. We might have to get you back on, especially now that we're doing video, so we get your mug up in there. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. Get the whole trifecta of studio stuff going on.
Yeah. So it's good to see you again, Lee. Like Lee's a busy man. Like I follow him on Instagram. He been real busy, man. He works like 8,000 hours, like at like all these sweet events. Like he worked the Van Gogh exhibit when they had that big Van Gogh thing that was going on. That like
The
live,
multimedia thing where everything was
yeah,
like, yeah.
yeah. He was working that. He was like working at a haunted house. Some other thing. He was, I don't know. That man stayed busy and I respect it. He's like, I got like 2 hours of sleep. I'm working like 800 hours. I'm like, but he says this as he's sitting on his yacht for some reason. He got a big old yacht. 3 jobs, bro. 3. I respect it. Yeah, hey.
Everybody we know, like him, Hornacki, all these people, they all work so much. It's like, come hang out. Come hang out.
But I get why. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yep.
I get it and I respect it. So there's Leah. Hey Leah, what's going on? But yeah. So if you're all wondering, we usually come on at 10. We had the big mess up.
Yeah, and now we're just about finished actually.
Yeah, because we couldn't really be on it long today because somebody's adapter didn't work.
I'm gonna be mad about that. Like the whole rest.
We were ready
at
10. I went through 2 laptops, right? Nah, that's okay. Migraine headaches suck. So 100%. Always, Lee. You've been homie forever. You were homie back like 2019, bro. Like that was like the first year, I think, because I think we've been going ham since 2018, 2017. Mm-hmm. So it's been a hot minute though.
One last thing, too, by the way, just to get everybody excited. The new intro will be done in time for next week's Friday show.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it'll be done for the first show of the week, but it'll be done for the next show. 100%. We will have something. It may not be the vision I initially had for it, but it'll be the best I can do in a short notice because my rendering software is garbage. But we will have an intro that is something that will be enjoyable. It'll have music. It'll have us. It'll have something. So keep an eye out for it. It's going to be a fresh show. It'll be great.
And for those of you that don't know, by the way, we'll be having 2 shows next week to make up for this week's show and to cover next week's show. So Tuesday will be our mass media manipulation episode that we were supposed to have tonight. And then Friday's show will be regarding King Tutankhamun from this book behind me, some of the treasures. I'll be pulling that out, showing y'all some of that. Because there's kind of an anniversary thing of the finds and all that stuff. So we'll be dropping that on your noggins. And that's about it. We've been on for about we said about a half hour was going to be like just to give y'all something, man, because we got everything working. Everything was working.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
I couldn't leave everybody hanging. I was really grumpy about
I was
not
mad.
doing anything. So
we had to give y'all a little talking to. So yo, if you're not subscribed yet, head on over to that YouTube. YouTube is the place now. So you want to go to youtube.com/@thisuncanny-earth.
Here we go. Simple. There's the ticker on the bottom now.
That's the ticker.
I had it set up before, but then in all the stuff we had to redo back and forth, it fell off. But there it is. There's the ticker.
We got our own handle now. So y'all put that in your web browsers. Y'all hit that subscribe, like our videos, share them joints, get it out there. Because we can make it. Like this kind of gives fresh life into the show that I didn't think was gonna happen. But once we started really rocking the live videos, this is where it's at. Because people love seeing us, they love seeing our faces, they know what we do, they know what we're about. So, anyways, it's that time. I'm sorry we could not do a full hour show. We will be back next week. We're back Tuesday. You guys just stay cool, calm, and collected. But as always, why be boring when you could be uncanny? You get a 2-fer next week, Tuesday, Friday. Make sure you're jumping in and checking that out. We'll holler at you folks later. Peace.